Hello, and welcome to our stretch break for today. Let's take a moment, stand up, stop what we're doing, and let's run a full system scan. Let's see how our body is doing. Let's see where we're tight and do just a little inventory. So let's start with the hands and elbows and fingers. We'll stretch the fingers out, roll out the wrists. We'll open and close the door. We call this pronation and supination. It's really good if you're constantly using the mouse and keyboard to get a little bit of that elbow rotation during the day, a little bit more than just opening and closing your door. Stretch the arms out, working into our shoulders. We'll get about 10 arm circles going forwards. And we'll take about 10 arm circles going backwards. I do my shoulder circles really slow, really small, nothing wild, nothing wild. And then we'll relax. We'll lift our shoulders, getting into our waist, rolling out our shoulders. I move my head and neck with it. I do this probably 5 or 6 times a day. And on a busy day, 8 or 9 times. You could do it 1 or 2 times for sure. All right. Working into our rotator cuff. We'll bring our forearms together. So working 10 huts, we're going to pinch our shoulder blades together. Inhaling, shoulders back. Exhaling, shoulders forward. So I inhale, bring my shoulders together. I exhale, bring my forearms to touch. So I'm practicing scapular retraction. And then I'm working into scapular protraction. So let's breathe in, breathe out. Let's get about 4 more. Trying to keep my elbows in close to my rib cage. All right, relax. Working into some simple rotation. So I'm gonna pivot into it. I'm gonna turn my hands over in between. So this is a rugby toss. Tossing over. Keep breathing. All right. Every time I'm breathing in through the nose, out the mouth. I'm just trying to cut down on that time in the microphone. So when I do that exercise, I'm actually moving the knees. If I was to just twist right here, my knees wouldn't move, but it'd also be a lot harder depending on how tight I am. So that's why I like to bring the hip into it. All right, stretching out our neck. Stretch the left arm out, dropping the right ear over, taking our eyes up to the left, stretching my fingers up. Ooh, I'm very tight on that side. The simple act of bringing your fingers up from here makes all the difference in the world. Let's take a couple more breaths. And we'll relax. Working that other side. Stretching out. Finding your breath. right, sitting up tall. Find a nice upright posture, soft knees. Turning my head left. Back through center, turning my head right. Back through center. Working into my Romanian stretch. Take my hands to my thighs. Then putting pressure on my thighs, I'm trying to stretch my spinal column apart. That way I get a little taller. But one day I'll get a wooden stick, a dowel that can show you, that exactitude of how the spine should be. During the course of our day, I call it gangster leaning. Sometimes we're gangster leaning. Sometimes we're, cross-legged. All this subtle movement of the hips and then shoulder, that creates an imbalance in the way our spinal column is supposed to be oriented. So let's work into a back extension, bringing our shoulders up, hands to the hips, looking up. Rocking the right ear right, dropping the chin, left ear left. Now this one takes a little bit of imagination. So I want to imagine getting a little bit of a twist. That way I do it more effectively. Every time I move my eyes, the rest of my body responds in kind. So I'm going to bend my knees, taking my left hand underneath my left forearm, and I'm rotating. So I'm trying to keep my shoulders level. I don't want to be up here. Stretching over, and then breathe in. Sometimes I'll add a little drop on that side to get a little bit more of my muscle group right here. And I'll even grab on and pull a little bit. That way I'm getting the arm a little bit better in its socket. All right, working that other side. This might be the first time you're stretching today. This is the 5th time that I've stretched today. And so I'm super flexible. If you're feeling really, really tight, take that time to maybe come in and out of it a couple times until you get to a good position. Back through center. Now, working into our right quad. Other side. Relax. Working to our whole side body. So in stretch breaks gone by, I've referenced how you can drop hand or reach up. The best way to go about this is starting at center and assessing your tolerance. Now, I had a little bit of a back injury this week. It was just overuse, tight muscles. And so no need for me to work this for a fifth time hard today. Always trying to stay in good posture, tight. If I'm on my best behavior, I might even keep my glute muscles nice and tight. Come back through center very conscientiously, very assertively. I'll work myself over to the other side. Work it up. Keeping in mind, I can always reach behind. Ooh, that feels good. Feels nice. We were doing overhead squats earlier. Ooh, that's a good one. All right. Relax. That will conclude our stretch break today. So thank you to you and have been here today. We'll be here tomorrow and in the future. As always, take care of yourself. Send an email if you want. Leave me a comment if you want. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow.